TikTok star goes too far. Or does he? Ladies and gentlemen, MK Slat is a TikToker, YouTuber. He has 1.1 million subs. And this guy just got busted on firearm charges and drug paraphernalia, I believe. Got a $2 million plus bond. This guy right here, y'all, is pretty popular on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, I'm subbed to his page or whatever, and I like his content. It's pretty funny how he acts. He just, does different characters. It's very entertaining to say the least. And I'm gonna tell you something though, when you watch him, you're like, something's kind of thrown off with this dude. Like he plays a part a little too well, and what do you know? He gets busted, I guess, on the 30th of November for some heavy duty charges. Y'all, we're gonna watch this video. Tell me what you think. Let's get to it.
Now, one thing I've noticed is always the funny ones and the ones that's trying to get away from the lifestyle. That's the ones you got to worry about the most. I think we all knew that MK Slat was into something else based off his videos. Although he was funny, he did seem like someone who's just doing that as a way to get off the street and make some money for himself. Judging from the firearms that he would sometime reveal during his skits, it's clear that MK wasn't your average social media comedian. And I think we would get more confirmation on that recently, as MK will be arrested for a bunch of charges, including 2 counts of drug trafficking and unlawful possession of paraphernalia.
I think it's kind of dumb to, showcase your firearms on social media. I mean, do what you want, but I think that's, it's kind of a bad look, especially if you're, if you're a street person or whatever, right? If you're into, illegal activities, I think, showcasing your firepower is pretty stupid, to say the least. But again, if you're, a collector or whatever you are, law-abiding citizen, that's one thing. But to be honest, I just think this is kind of a bad look, to do it in general. It's just my opinion. But there he is with the, heavy-duty artillery on the TikTok of all places. I'm not gonna lie, I never seen no videos of him toting any guns on TikTok, but obviously they're there for everyone to see.
We're going to get into the details, but to sum everything up, MK is being held on a $2 million bond.
Man, $2 million, it's some serious charges, y'all.
Which means that law enforcement is taking this case pretty serious. He's being held with 4 other members, including 2 other men and 2 other females.
And real quick, maybe the one in the middle, but I'm looking right here, Markel Holmes, he's the one that's charged with drug trafficking, 2 charges, and unlawful possession of paraphernalia. Bond said it's at $2,006,000. And there's this other guy's name is Kiris Holmes, and he has the same kind of charges, but he has a $200,000 bond. Maybe they're related by the last name, and they kind of look like they would be related from the picture here, but man, it's kind of messed up, right? If he was in there, bagging up dope or whatever with his brother, right? And I'm not saying, it's impossible, but I mean, it's just sad. It's a sad fact that that's just how some families operate, and we'll leave it at that.
There's more charges, including weapons possession charges, that are included in the midst of everyone in this case. Wow. Most of us know MK Slat for his heavy presence on social media, as he often did skits on YouTube, but his fans would notice his disappearance off the scene after months would go by without MK posting to his Instagram and wouldn't post as frequently on YouTube. His last Instagram post will be of his latest achievement, which was a YouTube plaque for reaching over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, as his subscriber count currently sits at 1.12 million subscribers. You can tell that fans will grow frustrated at his disappearance, as the comments on his last Instagram post from April 8th will have comments such as, quote, "Bro, where is the videos at?" Another one would say, quote, "Please post back on Insta, bro, like the old days."
Man, so he had the plaque. He had a 1.12 million subs on YouTube. Very popular guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you see him in public, I know I would recognize him, but the sad fact is, he chose a different route. When I watched him, y'all, I'm like, man, this guy's very, he's entertaining to watch. Like, he played characters, and I thought he was like going somewhere, right? I mean, I thought he can, be in movies. Who knows? And he may be still, innocent to proven guilty. But I mean, from what I read, the police are happy with this arrest, with this raid on the house. They were in there doing some things in there. That's from what the police chief says on this article. Right here it says, "I'm proud of them and our entire department. Our entire department works together by sharing information and investigating the possession and distribution of narcotics daily, because most criminal activity revolves around drugs. I'm proud of our federal partners." Oh, yeah, federal, y'all, "who responded once we located these firearms. The ATF and Department of Homeland Security investigations are assisting us in the investigation, and we expect that this recovery will lead to federal charges." He released a statement. The chief said it's obvious from the items recovered that these individuals were inside a residence that was packaging narcotics for sale and modifying firearms to make them fully automatic. I'm proud of our officers. Blase, blase. Yeah. It don't look too good, y'all, for this guy. Usually when the police do this, they make a statement or they release a press statement and they're bringing in the feds, Department of Homeland Security. It's a wrap. But I digress. This guy has star quality. He has a plaque for 1.12 milli on the subs. You would think he would realize his potential and not, deal with this, these illegal activities, to say the least. But I gotta ask a question: does YouTube not pay enough for somebody, to make some kind of a living at 1.12 million subs? Not just that, but just on TikTok. I don't know how it works, to be honest. Like I said, I'm just a small channel here, but the sad fact is this guy was entertaining, a character. He had great content, I believe, just funny little videos, and he had, pretty good success on the social media realm, even on YouTube of all places. 1 million subs is not, something just to bat eye at, for lack of better words. It's pretty good numbers. But man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I guess them streets be calling. And you know what? Sometimes, I'm not saying this happened to him, but sometimes the streets call, or you're into, the game pretty deep, and you tell yourself it's one more flip. I remember I told myself that. You always, you get kind of, I don't even want to say you greedy, but you're like, man, one more. I'm just one more shot and I'm going to get out, right? I've heard that countless times. I've experienced it. Maybe this is part of it. Maybe he got into it heavier. Who knows? But let's continue, y'all. I'm sorry for ranting and raving here.
But as the news would break just hours ago that MK was arrested and charged with drug trafficking, other posts reacting to the news would say, quote, "Free MK slap. Bro, we believed in you, homie. You can't be doing stuff like this. You're too young. And second, you just don't know how many people's lives you touch, either your skits or videos. But I hope and pray everything works out and you could be released." Now, it's no doubt that MK touched people, especially kids in the hood, because he showed that you could come up and his comedy was very relatable, and coming from where they from as well, it makes it easier for them to see their dreams living out the way he did his. Not to mention, he showed that you could just be yourself, all while gaining major success in the process. MK may have made some bad decisions, but his accomplishments on social media still remain through his adversity. Now, he haven't posted on Instagram since April 8th, but the most recent activity from him will come from his YouTube page, as he recently dropped a video and song called Demon Smacker just 9 days ago on November 25th, 2023. According to reports, this was just 5 days before he would be busted.
He had the gun on the thumbnail, y'all, of all places.
By law enforcement on November 30th, 2023. We're going to get into the details of what led to the popular YouTuber's demise and landing him behind bars. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video in the algorithm and spread awareness on MK Slat and his situation for those that don't know what's going on. Now let's get into who MK Slat, aka Slimeball, really is. Born on September 24th in the year 2000, 23-year-old Markel Holmes, aka MK Slat, is a comedian who's most known for his popular skits on YouTube. Being an Alabama native, MK would start his YouTube journey in 2018, as he would have a natural ability to entertain his audience by just being himself. To this day, he has gained almost 300 million views across his YouTube channel, and dropping just 2 videos this month has gotten him over 3 million views in the last 30 days alone. But it looks like MK wouldn't be dropping any videos no time soon.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a trucker, y'all. I make my money in the trucks. This YouTube is kind of a side hustle at this point, to be honest. Really not even a hustle at all. I make, whatever. Nothing compared to, what he makes probably on them millions of views. That's not chump change, y'all. Man, it's just like, wasted talent. It's a sad fact, but, it is what it is at this point, y'all. Busted on these charges, and now he might end up doing some time. And who knows what he could have been, right? Man, it's pretty messed up, y'all. It's tripped out to hear these numbers. Like, what I'm saying? Let's be honest, y'all. YouTubers, content creators, we dream of those kind of numbers, hitting them a month. And this dude hit him, and he was still tied heavy to the street, y'all, obviously. Wow. And should I say allegedly, innocent until proven guilty.
Soon, as everything will come crumbling down due to his latest arrest, along with 4 other co-defendants. Those co-defendants are 25-year-old Markel Felder, 23-year-old Amber Roselle, 29-year-old Kiara Williams, and 21-year-old Marcurus Holmes. Now, him and MK Slack got the same last name, so I'm not sure if they are affiliated, whether they're cousins, brothers, but they do share the same last name. Now, Amber Roselle is being charged with 2 counts of drug trafficking, unlawful possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful possession of paraphernalia. Whoa. She is being held at the Jefferson County Jail on a $111,000 bond. Kiara Williams is being charged with 2 counts of drug trafficking and unlawful possession of paraphernalia. She is also being held at the Jefferson County Jail on a $106,000 bond. Marcurus Holmes is being charged with 2 counts of drug trafficking, unlawful possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful possession of paraphernalia. He is being held at the Jefferson County Jail as well on a $206,000 bond. Markel Felder is being charged with 2 counts of drug trafficking, unlawful possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. He is being held at the Jefferson County Jail as well on a $3 million, $1,600,000 bond. And as we stated earlier, MK Slat is being charged with 2 counts of drug trafficking and unlawful possession of paraphernalia. He is also being held at the Jefferson County Jail on a $2,600,000 bond. MK was also said to be the heart of this case, meaning that he's the one that the law enforcement was allegedly having their eyes on the most. However, Markel Felder seemed to have more charges along with a higher bond, so I'm not sure how true that is. Now, according to court documents, a search warrant was issued for a home located in the 2200 block of 5th Avenue South by 3 different organizations: the Leeds Police Department Operations Support Unit, Leeds Police Department SWAT Team, and the Irondale Police Department as well. Law enforcement believed it to be connected to an ongoing narcotics investigation.
Wow.
After executing a search warrant on November 30th, 2023, law enforcement would discover everything in the house that made their assumptions about the house to be true, as it confirmed the house was in fact a part of some sort of drug operation. Authorities with
trap house. What's crazy is that I mean, he's with the group. It's like they're enterprise at this point. You know, all these people. I mean, one thing for sure, y'all, you cannot. I don't know. You can't sell dope. I would say where I'm at, you can't sell dope without sooner or later getting busted due to snitches, people that are jealous. I mean, the police ain't dumb. You know, in my little town of Midland, Texas, which is not too little, but I mean, everybody knows. You know, I always say it in my town, you can't sell dope for too long. You're going to get busted sooner or later. And let's be honest, y'all, I kind of believe that's probably, I don't know the figures, but I would say that's probably, the truth in most cities in America, right? There's only so far you can get, selling dope, because somehow, like I said earlier, the vices, the haters, whatever you want to call them, right? Which, I'm against selling dope no matter what, right? But everything that comes with it, right? The dope game is treacherous, and people ain't dumb. The police ain't dumb. You're going to get busted sooner or later. So let's be a lesson to anybody watching. Let's continue.
Would discover multiple fully automatic weapons as well as equipment believed to be used to modify semi-automatic weapons to fully automatic weapons, which I guess is a switch. Stolen property, narcotics including methamphetamines, fentanyl, and various drug paraphernalia. In addition to that, Police Chief Paul Irwin says that it's clear that they were operating from the residence and believes the location was used for activities such as packaging and selling narcotics and altering firearms, turning them into fully automatic weapons. Currently, all the suspects, including MK Slat, is being...
Damn, there ain't no weed and nothing else. It's some straight up meth and some fent. I'm gonna say these words over here. Yeah, lock them up. Put them in prison forever, right? Whatever. This dude right here, once I hear this kind of stuff, y'all, I'm against all, drug sales and all that, y'all, but this is like some heavy duty, hardcore stuff. And I'm against all drug sales, of course, but man, this ain't your man. No wonder you got, $2 million on the bond. Another guy got $3 million. This is poison. All drugs are poison, right? But this right here takes the cake. Let's continue, y'all. Wow.
Being held at Jefferson County Jail, and with the type of bonds they got, it seems as if Markel and MK is the big fish that the police are really focusing on. Judging from the other co-defendants and their bonds, I would assume that they may have played a role into the operation, but law enforcement aren't too worried about them being key players into the criminal organization at hand. Now, on top of all this, it's something we can learn within this whole situation that's going on, especially for the kids coming up that looked up to Slime Ball himself. There's going to be a lot of distractions in life, right? As well as temptation out there for you when you're on a path to doing the right thing. It's the easiest thing to slip into temptation and do something wrong, and it's the hardest thing in trying to get yourself out of that same problem. So with that being said, if you have something going on, focus on that. You don't need to...
Amen, and we'll cut it at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is I don't know channel. This is Hookah Anonymous, I guess. Check them out, y'all. I just want to say, piggyback to what he said. I mean, the other day I woke up and I kid you not, I opened my eyes and I said, thank you, God, that I'm even alive. I woke up in my bed and actually, like, I was self-aware. I woke up. Let me get my other screen over here, y'all, if you don't mind. I woke up. There we are. I woke up. Right when I opened my eyes, I said, thank you, Lord. I realized that I was alive, free, of course, not dead or in prison or anywhere else, right? Healthy with my family. And I was very grateful. I work a lot. A lot of us work a lot just to provide for our families. And, even working, you can kind of get kind of depressed and down about having to work all the time. But to be honest, men have to work. And it's a blessing to go provide for your family. But again, I woke up and I said, thank you, Lord, that I was even awake. So I would say, that to say this. Yeah, this guy had an opportunity, but all of us, y'all, we don't all have to be TikTokers and YouTubers. We all have opportunity, from just waking up and having a chance at life. I would say don't waste any time you have on earth or while you're alive and free, hopefully, right, on things that don't matter. Spend time on things that matter and try to be productive and try to be as productive as possible and try to stay, on a good route, on a good path. I'm not trying to sit here and preach, but I'm gonna say a little bit of things like that because it's the truth. I'm pretty sure this guy right here wishes he would have thought differently and made different decisions than he did that day. Now this he's facing basically federal charges, y'all. Modifying these guns to make them like switches. That's like a big no-no with the feds, the dope, the meth, man, come on, y'all. And he really had an opportunity. This guy had what most people dream for, right? They wish they had these numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's not chump change. 1 million plus views. What they say, I forgot how much they were. A month on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? You can monetize yourself and try to make a career out of this if you're good at it, if you stay at it, if you have talent like he did. And look at him now, y'all. Does it even matter? Now, I'm not saying it's over for him. He hasn't pled guilty or nothing like that, but you got to think about these kind of things. Not just him that he has this opportunity, but you. All of us. All of us have a chance at life to do better than the day that just passed. So I would hope this would encourage someone to make a better decision in life, because from this guy to big celebrities to family members, your uncle, your cousin, whatever, we all know tales of people that made the wrong move in life and they're gone. Their life changes in the matter of seconds due to a bad decision. So with that, y'all, here's a video of MK Slat. I never even knew his name, right? It's big and popular. He is on TikTok and YouTube. I never even knew the guy's name. I just liked his videos, saw this popped up, and here I am making a video on my channel. And with that, y'all, let me know in the comments what you think. If you watched this whole video to the very end, put some American flags in there. Let me know that you watched it. Thank you. Round of applause to my people here. Guys, life is not a game. But then again, it can be played like a game, right? But remember, you only have one life to live. Amen. I'm out of here. God bless.